What's up, guys? Today we are going to be looking at the dune buggy. There's a couple of issues we need to address. First off, this thing here, it leaks like really bad. So that's not how it should be anyway. We're going to get a whole new fuel tank eventually. So for now, we're just going to take some thread tape and put it on the threads, and hopefully that works and that fixes it for the most part. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to dial the carburetors in so that it'll actually idle. The accelerator pumps can be fixed if it's just that, but my fear is that some jets and stuff are clogged as well. So we're going to see if we can get it to idle, and if we can get it to idle, then we're working on the accelerator pumps. Alright, we got some sealer on that filler, and it still leaks a little bit. So it doesn't leak near as bad as it did, but yeah, that's definitely not a permanent solution. Eventually this tank is going to disappear, and we're going to get probably a spun aluminum tank, if not some for custom fabbed up tank that I make at the shop. Next up, we got the exhaust to move, so I'm going to move each one of these pipes away from each other so that I will be able to tell which cylinders are firing and which cylinders are not as we go down and idle. Alright, that's looking a bit better. Next step, we got a flat battery. So we're gonna rob another battery and hook it up and see if we can get this thing started. Alright, and with that, we are ready to do a quick fire up. Of course, my starter loves me. So, we are firing on two cylinders, both the outer cylinders. The middle cylinders are doing nothing except for that short spurt in the beginning. So we're going to do a little bit of adjusting and see if we can get these guys to fire. I smell a little bit of fuel, so I'm thinking that they're running a little rich, so we're going to turn the idle up on those two carburetors, and we're going to set the air-fuel mixture a little leaner. So we fired it up again, and I'm still not getting a fire on this cylinder. It's giving me a puff every now and then, but not much. This cylinder, I think I went just a little bit too lean on. It's really hot now. So we're gonna crank that just a little bit richer and see what she does. Solid 3 cylinders. All right, sorry you didn't get to see the whole last 15-20 minutes of me adjusting idle jets on the carburetors, the idle air screw. Yeah, the attempts proved fruitless. This cylinder started firing at first, and then all of a sudden it just dropped, like no more firing until I pull a choke. So I backed the fuel screw out a good 2 turns, and even then it still would do it. And it would only fire on choke. This cylinder will also only fire on choke. I backed that screw out about 2 turns, and I really don't want to go more than that because I really can't go more than that. So yeah, it's disappointing, but you know, we move on. Eventually we'll get another set of carburetors, and I guess this project will be put on the shelf until that happens. If anybody of you know where I can get a set of working CB750 carburetors, yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. I would really like to know. I scoured eBay and can't find anything that comes off of a working bike except for the Mikuni round slide carburetors, and $1,000 is a little out of my price budget. I had found some before, and I should have jumped at it, but I didn't have the funds at that time, so we didn't get them. And here we are. So yeah, that's the next thing to do, really. Just figure out all the carburation situation. And it's disappointing to see that the dune buggy is not running, but you know, that's how life goes sometimes. Yeah. I have worked on carburetors before, and I can get them running. one carburetor. That's not that hard. However, when you got a rack of 4 of them, it's a little bit of a different story because you have to make sure they all work and you can't test them one by one. That's the biggest thing. Just a single carburetor, you can test it one by one and know, okay, this circuit is going bad or this circuit is plugged. I know both idle circuits are either plugged or something's up there, but getting two to work in sync, just it's really not an easy job. Um, yeah, this is an old set of carburetors. Anyway, when I first got them, the jets were completely green and everything was stopped up. The slides, none of the slides moved. I had to replace a couple slides, replaced a couple air cutoffs. So hopefully I can sell this for parts, but I really don't see the benefit of taking it apart and spending another 5 hours on it to test it and to make sure it runs, whatnot. Anyway, you probably don't know what that means, but some of you may. And those felt bushings are completely worn out, and it is hard. I mean, it's really hard to find felt bushings to replace that. Yeah, so I'll be looking for another carburetor set for probably around $400 or $500. But we'll see what we can get. So guys, hope you all enjoyed this video of the dune buggy. Yeah, as soon as we find another set of carburetors, we'll let you know. We'll get them put in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all later.